better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matty Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matty Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
And welcome to the Johns Funny Podcast for this week. Look, before it gets underway, I'll tell you what, I'll bring in the family to discuss about this. Cooper, Jack, and Patricia. Welcome back, Trish.
Thank you.
Mate, you left a big hole last week.
Huge.
The hole that couldn't be filled, mate.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I listened. I heard. I knew.
Hole in the wall.
What did you think of the show? Listening as a sort of third person.
Actually, you were better than last time I was not here.
Oh right.
You've improved.
We've worked on that, boys, and we've bettered ourselves. Congratulations to us.
Yeah. It's nice to we can hear each other's voices.
Yes.
My people didn't like what you were saying about me either.
Who?
Your people?
I told you, Coop, you shouldn't have said those things.
Was it something I said?
I think it was just a general,
Probably general vibe.
inferred sort of meaning of me not being here, and that you were quite joyous about it. People weren't happy.
I like your jumper though.
Thanks.
Nice brown jumper.
Turtleneck.
Tabby's got a brown jumper on as well.
We're very on
It's
trend.
good colour. It's good colour. I like those sort of greenish and browny colours, earthy colours. I like.
And you're wearing Cooper's hand-me-down shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing all the hand-me-downs, people. This is what age I've got to. I go out when the boys are away, and I go through their drawers and wear their shirts and whatnot and shorts.
Yeah.
It's
Like you didn't have any daughters.
hey,
Didn't stop him from borrowing his mum's clothes
hold
when he
on
was
a
younger.
second. Hey, next door, the old undie sniffer.
What did you
Ew.
have? Did you have something for us
Look,
then?
look.
What was it?
I want
I'm
to
excited.
start by passing on our condolences as a family to the Burrow family, the family of Rob Burrow. He passed away through motor neurones disease. He's battled it for a long time. People with a lesser heart than Rob would have given up a long time ago. He showed his true fighting spirit. Only a diminutive guy, Rob. For people that didn't watch him play, even you would say smaller than Alfie Langer, but mate, honestly, what a player! Super fast, and Leeds had an amazing dynasty with him in the halves. And so, to Rob, Rob's family pass on our deepest condolences, and also with the AFL Big Freeze as well. They do, don't they? Which
Actually,
is so good.
saw that this week. I think it is. They're doing the big freeze. They've raised over, I think, $85 million towards motor neurones disease research. They've been behind it for quite a while. A few of their people have been affected by it, so that motivated them to get on board with that quite a while
trying to
ago.
get the right amount. I think Rob, through fundraising, might have raised about $135 million.
Really?
Insane. Him and his
Wow.
great mate Kevin Sinfield.
Yeah.
Kev was a great player, and he would go marathons, Kev, and take Rob with him. There was actually a funny one. Good Morning Britain were doing they were covering it and saying, this is what's happening. And Kevin Sinfield's doing this run for his great mate, Rob Burrow. And we can see now he's actually running through one of the streets of London. Let's cross out to Kevin Sinfield. And as they're about to cross out to him, he wanders off the path and urinates.
Oh, no.
And is doing a piss, right? They're going, okay, we might just leave him to that for a second. But, yeah.
Am I correct in saying in that marathon he actually picked up Rob Burrows and carried him over the finish line with him?
He did.
Yeah.
Because they got
I remember seeing that footage.
they got Rob Burrow out on the field and played like the last minute of a game. Is that correct as well?
That was a few years ago.
That was a few years back.
Yeah, that was
wasn't it?
just after he'd been diagnosed, I'm pretty sure.
Well, a guy that you know very well, Jack, who was assistant coach at the Knights, Brian McDermott,
Yeah.
he coached Rob for a lot of years there. Won grand finals with him. And
Yeah, and I know, and Danny Badiris was there at Newcastle too. Danny played with him there at Leeds, and they must have been coached by BMAC at the same time. And
cleaned up, mate. They cleaned up. It was a very, very strong side.
It's a very nasty disease, as we all know. Your grandmother died from it in June.
She did. There's been a lot of people. Carl Webb, who was a great footballer
That's
from
right,
Queensland,
yeah.
he passed. We've had so many people. Like, it's just...
It doesn't distinguish.
No, it doesn't. No.
Does it?
No.
It's
no,
very...
It's,
What do you mean doesn't distinguish?
Oh, there's no rhyme or reason in who's affected by it.
Doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
no, it's right. There's no...
healthy,
Am I
healthy lifestyles, non-healthy lifestyles.
Yeah, it just, yeah.
correct in saying that the Burgess boy's dad passed away from it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Like Sam once told a story. Sam would go around there, he'd go to his house, and he said, I can still imagine. He said we'd sit out in like sort of it was like the gardening area that had a roof on it, And he said we'd sit out there in the rain, he'd be hitting the roof, and I'd be sitting with my dad, and I'd bring some of his mates over each day to sit with him. And yeah, really a heartbreaking thing to see someone you love go through like they did. And particularly, like, you know, without, I don't want to sound too morbid here, but to give you an idea what people endure with motor neurons, was that June, my grandmother, was still able to keep a diary and write. And like when you read her diary, first thing she put in every day is that she would wake up just so disappointed that she was still alive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what people endure during that disease. So it's a real heartbreaker. But now, on a different note, Ticketman.
Please do not let Ticketman follow that discussion. No. That is Jesus Christ.
Do you want to hear about my good fortune this
week?
Let's
do your good fortune first. Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Okay.
So people,
go for it, Trish.
You may want to be my friend because I've received an email this week.
From Tom Cruise?
From the National Bank of New York, the remittance department.
What?
Jesus.
National Bank of New York.
Yeah. Following the agreement reached by the US President, Mr. Joe Biden, and the presidents, heads of states of other countries, I am now about to access $10.5 million.
Oh, wow.
You are?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It represents the amount unpaid to me from compensation/inheritance fund. Like, pretty big difference between them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uncle
and all
Steve.
they want from me is my full name, contact address, phone numbers, account numbers and details, and my identification.
Oh, that's
we'll hand it over.
Winning.
What are you waiting for?
And I'm assuming that's 10.5 US.
Hey,
so,
well,
hello.
and better news for the family. On top of that, I received an email the other day from Lagos in Nigeria telling me that I had won $50 million, and all I had to do was hand over all my bank details, everything.
Social
So I'm just
Security.
waiting for it to come in.
Seriously, we are winning.
Unfortunately for the people of Lagos, you don't know your bank details, so you couldn't actually give it over.
No, I just read yours. I quit my job at Fox Sports. And
no.
I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I'm pretty sure, because you guys are in the demographic that are getting ripped off at the moment, like over 50s.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure that's a scam, those stuff.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure anything that asks me.
Well, they do target older people, and I think
They
you guys
do.
have hit
Like
that
the-
demographic now.
Can I just say, the
What, man?
scams these days are getting that good. Like, I'm getting texts from toll, like actual things come up
they're
like toll,
annoying.
and they come up with actual like business names, and they just want you to click on the link, and they hack your phone, or they.
Why don't we talk about a few years ago, Kip?
Oh,
2021.
Oh, we've spoken
Can
about
we
that
get
before.
scared?
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Never
That's
get
when he
tired of
lost
this.
money.
We got into, when everyone got into that crypto period during 2021, lockdown, it was a
Yeah.
big thing. Ethereum was going good. Bitcoin was at an all-time high. And we got Cooper in on the Ethereum trend. And I don't know if it was in the off-season.
It was. We got into NFTs, which is like non-fungible tokens. People who got into crypto, you could buy basically art. Digital art.
I still didn't
with
get that.
crypto.
I still don't.
And you never will.
No.
Is it because people were selling for massive amounts? Is it
Huge.
still a thing?
Ridiculous.
No, it's all dropped.
No,
I mean, it's coming back up now.
ridiculous.
Like Bitcoin and everything apparently is coming back
Yeah,
around.
Ethereum's back up, actually. I checked
Yeah.
my digital horses the other day, Cobber. They're going strong.
I think I bought
Yeah.
some somewhere along the line.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, what ended up happening was I was in like the shortlist to get to be like, because you had to like kind of like there's only a limited amount that you can buy.
It's
So you have to
exclusive.
be, you got to be like in the lineup, and then you get it on the day. Anyway, I got like an email from like, the scammers were phenomenal. It was the same thing that I was
Copied
like,
an
everything
exact
looked legit.
website, and
Even-
domain was the exact same.
Yeah,
It
they're
was-
good.
I even checked it with Jack. Jack went, yeah, it's legit.
Oh,
it's legit.
I don't know
Good
about that.
tip, little
Did
big
you
brother.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. It was
Yeah,
so
you
long
did.
ago.
How much you lose?
It ended up being about 1,000 US.
Oh my
Is
God.
that right?
Nah, it wasn't that. It might have been 400, 500 US.
No, it was more than that. It was more than that. They got me, and then I remember literally I clicked on the button, and I was like, "Yep, it's coming." And then the website just like it loaded, and then it just went like to grey. And I was sitting there for like 5 minutes after, just going like waiting for my little digital art to show up. And then I walked into Jack's room, and I was like, "Jack, I think I just got scammed." It was so like
You were
demoralizing.
filthy.
I was so angry. Yeah, I was so angry. I was
Well, you'll
fuming.
only do it once.
You love money too.
Yeah, I mean it's a good lesson.
Yeah.
Mate, they're
Isn't it?
brilliant at it. You just got to be so careful.
like-
As you said, things come to speeding fines, tolls. I had one the other day,
Tax.
the delivery,
Tax things.
tax. And you can understand how elderly people would be scared
Oh, it's-
because they come through and say, if you
awful.
don't pay this,
And there's always a sense of urgency with it. It's time dependent. Like you just said, Cooper, it was almost like a reward. You were down to the last 5.
Yeah.
So they build that. There's a psychology
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
it.
You got to put a time limit on it.
Yeah.
People think, oh, I've got
gotta
to hurry
act
up and
now.
get it done.
Yeah.
Stop seeing all the red flags.
Okay.
miss out.
If anyone's
target
pushing you,
people
just
with
go,
FOMO.
no.
Yeah.
What was that?
Now, Ticketman. Can we are we allowed to go there now? Because Ticketman was doing some running down in Essendon, in a park in Essendon, freezing cold conditions. He was basically being chased by people. Mate, he ran. Not athletic people, but Cooper outran them and kept running and kept running and kept running. I was thinking, man, you're doing an 800-metre sprint here. And then Ticketman got caught and then fell in a hoop and started vomiting. Just let Ticketman know that maybe a little bit of clean living, clean food, and a little bit of cardio wouldn't go astray.
There's a bit of backstory with it. Like, so we did one. It was obviously the first early in the week was in Melbourne, Essendon and Hoppers Crossing. And the difference in ovals between Sydney and Melbourne are all the parks in Melbourne you do it at, they're all AFL ovals, so they're all double the size of league ovals. So there's more room for me to run. And because it's cold and raining, you probably get less people less people aren't as fast because everyone's freezing cold. Their hamstrings are tight.
Did you warm up beforehand?
No, I can't warm up because I'm in the car.
There's your first
Jesus.
as soon as I
problem,
run
mate.
out and start sprinting, my
You're
back
gonna pull
always
something.
sees it. I will eventually.
Caesar salad.
Pull myself off.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm running. I felt lactic. My legs were going, and I was like, "Oh, I just got to get tackled." Lent into someone, do the cross. They go to an ad break, and everyone's going, "Yay!" There's a lady there who always hypes everyone up, so she goes, "Yay, Ticketman!" Everyone's like, and I'm like, "Ah," and I go to start walking off because I know I'm about to spew, and I was feeling so crook, and I start walking off. And this kid comes up with his mum behind trying to get a picture. They were Storm supporters. And they go, "Oh," and he was running over because he's I look like a superhero. So they're actually "Oh, look at that."
That's debatable.
And
He does.
And then
I
they run
like it.
over and he gets 10 meters from me and I didn't see him. I whack the fingers down the throat and
no.
start spewing everywhere.
Oh no.
And he just goes, "Ah!" and starts running back to his mum. And I looked and I've got saliva all over my mouth and it's dripping down like a Rottweiler.
Oh.
And she picks him up and is just "Oh, it's okay, honey." And I was
Oh, Jesus.
this
Okay,
is-
Did you
Ticketman's just had a big
apologise?
night.
no, I just kept walking off.
Is that an all-time low for
cool.
Ticketman?
Oh yeah, it was bad. And then I kept spewing. I spewed 3 or 4 times.
Did,
look
how,
at
did,
your
who did
little eyes.
Ticketman before you?
Sorry?
Was it Pete that did Ticketman
Bo
before
Ryan.
you? Right. Did Bo ever spew?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one who's. I've spewed twice now.
What do you think? No, let's ask Cooper. What do you think it is that makes you, because you were a pretty high intense athlete doing 10Ks a game last year. What do you reckon has changed?
Pretty given
Confidence.
up on life.
Probably just probably the
fitness.
some lifestyle choices.
I'll just
Yeah, but
say
you haven't been drinking.
I'll just say you're far
For
better
2 weeks.
Ticketman than the last bloke.
Yeah.
Far better.
Thank you.
Coop, you just need to start doing some cardio.
Carbio.
Fabio.
No, cardio. That's eat more carbs.
Could I just, on a slightly different note here, and by the way, Cooper, what about you? You just snuck off the other day and you went to a health spa?
Day spa.
Day spa.
Yeah.
What gave you that idea to go there?
Just, I don't know. I just wanted to. Well, I did a facial not long ago. I think I said it on this podcast. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I kept it to myself. But I did a facial and my skin was glowing for 2 days afterwards. So then, and when I've been coming out of the shower, usually there's a back scrub in my shower. Someone's taken it.
Yeah,
And
there was mold on it. I'll get you a new one.
Okay. Thank you, Mummy.
No, you don't use it if there's mold on it.
I know, but just make sure Esteban goes down to the store and gets a new back scrub. Esteban?
I wish we had an Esteban.
Yeah, we do.
An ally.
His name's Trish.
Yeah, exactly.
And anyway, so I my back gets it just feels dry and
Yeah,
that.
mine's
Do you
the
get
same.
that?
It's that time of the year.
Yeah, and when
Yeah,
you have
dry
hot
skin.
showers, it does it as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm going and I'm gonna get one, and it was phenomenal. I went in and a bath with bubble baths, feeding me strawberries, feeding me orange slices, feeding me Lindt chocolates.
Clarify
Listen,
that,
Julius
please.
Caesar.
It sounds gross.
No. And they were like, oh, you know,
Just
what drink do you want?
Just 1 second.
What?
Are you sure this was a day spa and not a knock shop?
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
It wasn't a knock shop. Because there was
Give
a
me that
point.
address. I'm going there to yell at them.
No. Let's clarify. The food was left by your bath for you. Someone wasn't hand feeding
No. But
you.
there was a point when they were feeding me.
Oh, wow.
There was a point. There was one point, yeah. But then after they come in initially, they help sort you out. They'll feed you and pour you champagne if you want champagne. I just wanted sparkling water because I've been off the drink.
Oh, yeah, because you're on health kick.
Yeah.
Do you get to, is there a menu there? Like if I wanted to, could I be fed spring rolls?
No. They don't have it's fruit and Lindt chocolate. And then you get a specific drink, like whether you want alcohol, whether you want they do cocktails, Bloody Marys.
Yeah,
I decided against it, and then I went in and I have a rinse off, and then I go in for a nice body exfoliation. So there was a girl there, and she it's like sea salt scrub. She's scrubbing me up, and then I go and have a shower, and then they usher me back in for a hot stone massage.
Hot stone massage is awesome.
They get the stones, and then I finish with a nice facial.
Oh, my God.
Good for you, Coop.
Who are you?
I'm Cooper. I'm Ticketman.
You are like Ricket Man.
It's good to spoil yourself.
Worst part is you did all that
It's
self-care and still spewed up on Sunday morning.
Yeah, well, that wasn't fitness stuff.
Yeah.
Can I, while we're on Ticketman and Ticket, State of Origin, a couple of days ago, I just wanted to clarify with you guys, the day before Origin, they went on a bit of a 2-for-1 spree because they had set the ticket prices so high that they didn't sell the stadium out. I wanted to get your guys' opinion.
How much are the tickets?
Well, I've had a screenshot of the ticket prices, and let me tell you something.
Completely.
From a game that
organised.
was the game that was played in Purgatory, a hard-working, working-class game, geez, the prices have gone sky high.
You're flabbergasted, aren't you?
Inflation.
And not only that, you got to get out there.
One diamond ticket from $324.
Look, I'll just say this, Trish. When you say you got to get out there, we are speaking from where we are geographically. There's a lot of people that live near the stadium.
Yeah.
So, for our opinion, from where we live, it's good to go out there. For other people, it's close by.
Yeah,
So
true.
let's not be egocentric.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
A family fun zone is like the minimum one, from $85 for one
Per
ticket.
ticket?
Per ticket.
Well, that doesn't sound very family fun.
No. And
Like, do they sell tickets for families, like 4 tickets?
No, well, they're
Any
all
deals?
that says from $85. No, there's no like family deals. That's why I'm like, whatever happened to just like that for people to actually go out to a core stadium because there's nothing around there. Like it is a bad venue.
No, there's
Actually,
actually
that's
some
not-
good eateries.
Yeah,
in and
great
around there.
restaurants there
but
now.
there's nothing around in terms of there's no parking.
I've
There's
gotcha.
nothing like
Yeah, it's
you
like-
can go out there for atmosphere beforehand. There's not much.
It's not like
Yeah.
nearby where you got the Parramatta Stadium, Combank Stadium, where you got the Parramatta City right there, and you got good
Or
food.
Suncorp, where you got
pubs.
Caxton, Allianz, where you've got
But
pubs and
has
stuff
some
around.
good restaurants
Well,
out there.
I'll ask you. First things first. It's quite ironic that you're talking about the working class man after you just did that last segment. But secondly, you lived down in Melbourne. You lived in Richmond.
Yeah.
You went to plenty of games with AFL at the MCG. What's the setting like there for a big stadium?
Very around everything. You've been to Amy Park down
Yeah.
there. They're all in the
It's all
precinct.
so much
you can
more
walk
central.
from where we used to live in Richmond. You just walk across the MCG. It's 600 meters away.
Well, that's
So, like,
the, that's
are we
the beauty
talking-
of Allianz Stadium.
Yeah.
too.
So like even for like day games, there's cafes and pubs around.
Cafes,
and-
pubs, nightclubs, like everything. Everything's around.
Oh wow.
Whereas Homebush, you're 20, 30 minutes from the nearest joint.
You're right. You should. There should be more
and
deals.
you're setting prices like this. The gold non-alcohol zone from $185 per ticket. No alcohol. You can't even drink in that area.
And you know tickets too.
I give tickets away for sport.
Well, on a different note with that stadium, I've often said that the top tiers at that stadium in regular NRL games, not Origins, but regular NRL games, it should be a gold coin to get up to those.
Yeah.
That was
Nosebleeds.
one of the best promotions that I've ever seen, and I suppose we're part of because we had to play them in a semi-final, was the New Zealand Warriors. When they made the semis in 2002, the owner at that point, Eric Watson, all you had to do was turn up. He bought something like 20,000 tickets
What
to
a
the game.
great promo.
And all you had to do was turn up and show your New Zealand passport and you got in for nothing.
That's
Isn't that, how good is that?
Such goodwill. That's awesome.
The game itself is as big as it's ever been, in my opinion.
Yes.
The product is as good as it's ever been.
Word.
What is a fair price for a State of Origin ticket? But keeping in mind, it's a working class game. and we don't want just the corporates and all the rich people going to watch State
Well,
of
they're
Origin.
not even paying. Someone's paying for them to go.
That's what I mean. We want the real fans. And I also think another idea I had on the drive out back home, why not give pre-sale and like priority tickets to people who have been members for 5 years or more at a club. So
Yeah.
if you've been a
That's
Broncos
a
member,
great one.
if you've been a Broncos member for 5 years,
Yep.
you get first priority
Pre-sale.
tickets.
That's
I
excellent.
like that.
I like that idea, Coops. Excellent.
That's
You
true.
know, and it
Excellent
might be not
idea.
every ticket, but you get 20,000 of them pre-sale
Yeah.
for the members to have first crack at.
Got you, Coop.
Why am
Gotcha.
I so
Let's
fired up?
probably move away from
You are
tickets
fired
now.
You love tickets,
He
don't
really,
Sorry.
he really is becoming
Somebody's got
Ticketman.
tickets on himself. Just a different note on football that happened last weekend. Of course, the Bulldogs beat the Knights 32-2. Bulldogs are the Dogs, but the Knights were poor. Uncle Joey. Now, let me just clarify this straight away. Me and Joey clash over a lot of things. Surprise, surprise.
And can we just clarify, is he an assistant coach there? Does he do something there at
Jack,
Newcastle still?
Does he do
I
it?
know he did.
I don't know.
Don't know. Don't know.
all right.
It's a bit of it's a bit like a lot of his like marriages. Sort of.
Don't.
But anyway, you don't really know. But anyway, he said after the game, Joey said during the game a little bit, I think it's time to give Will Price a go. Now, Will Price is a young player they got from England. He's the son of Leon Price. His dad was a great player. Will's a really good runner of the football. He's raw, but Joey said, I think it's time to give him an opportunity.
Position?
I actually believe he plays in the halves. He can play fullback. I actually think they should give him a go at 14 and just give him a little bit of a taste of it. Look, after the game, one of the journos just asked Adam O'Brien. Now, Joey Johns has said that maybe think about giving Will Price a go. And Adam's response wasn't what I expected. He said, well, I don't know how many games in New South Wales Cup Joey watches, but, and he said about Will, which I think was probably something he should have said to Will private, not that. Now, listen, as I said before, I can take the piss out of Joey as good as anyone. And I'm allowed to because we have the same blood pumping through our veins. But, Adam, it's Joey Johns. The name's on the grandstand. Hear the advice. There you go.
That's a
I've
good
just said
point,
it.
actually. I feel somebody who, he was, whether he's doing assistant coach work there still or not, Joey, Adam and the club got him in for the last 3 or 4. He's been doing assistant coaching, like helping attack coach up there for years. So they obviously have a rap on his opinion in the first place. To then knock his opinion in a post-match interview after they just got smacked by 30 points. Show a bit of damn respect.
When Andrew John speaks, people listen. I mean, I don't, but most people listen.
Some people.
Now, Trish, what now? Something you were talking about prostitution and knock shops. Now, you read
it's
something.
not exactly. Yeah, I read in the paper this week, or last week, I should say. There was a 52-year-old man who was made redundant in his job as some sort of business executive.
Read this story. I loved it.
Yeah, I found it just really interesting. He's now become an escort, a male escort, earning $5,000 a night.
What?
$5,000 a night he charges. And there must be a lot of women willing to pay. And he said his clientele range from like 26-year-old women up to 80.
Oh.
And then he then
God.
sort of inferred that the sex with the 80-year-old woman was
Better?
wonderful.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine the experience in sex is...
I've got to read
Everything?
closer. I actually thought it said I slept with 80 women.
No.
80-year-old women.
80-year-old woman.
Okay.
Is
So obviously she's looking for companionship.
did you say his flat rate's $5,000 a night?
$5,000 a night.
So like,
Makes
I
you
wonder if
think,
he's charging GST on that.
makes you think, doesn't it?
yeah, wow. That's
Yeah,
like
I'm
what-
thinking, boys.
I quit my job at Fox Sports and
well, it's more than you make on a speaking gig.
let's not go there.
Hey,
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
yeah,
Is it?
gives you thought. Jack,
Let us know.
can-
Make feedback if you are a male prostitute.
as
Escort.
Sorry.
As blokes, quick question before we head to a break. Can I ask you, starting with you, Jack, if you turned into a male escort, how much would you charge for a night?
Jack, I think you could charge top dollar.
Oh, he could.
That's
good.
I don't know.
Answer it.
I don't know what the going rate is, Coop. Could you tell me?
Well, this guy, a 52-year-old executive,
And he wasn't
He's
that
charging
good looking either.
$5,000
bad,
a night. He's
but he-
52. You're 7 this
26.
year.
26,
Yeah.
26, and you're
53.
good looking. Played in the National
Strapping
Rugby
young-
League.
Strapping young man.
Jeez, I'm
Son of a
Good
gun.
physique.
my
gorgeous.
tires are being pumped up right now.
Yeah.
How much are you charging?
Well,
Go.
if he's charging that amount, I'm charging.
And
I don't know,
these are
20,
these,
I'll go 7,500.
No, 12.
Jesus,
No,
mate.
mate,
Jeez, you
you're
got to rap
selling
on
us-
yourself.
Okay.
selling yourself short. I reckon you could make 25 grand.
Jesus Christ.
These
Thanks,
are wealthy,
Mum.
lonely women.
Thanks,
How much-
Mum.
Okay, how much would you pay for Jack for a night?
Mum's my
Trish?
pimp. Imagine that. Imagine Trish Johns is my pimp.
Sorry, nothing short of
I'm thinking
25
about paying
grand.
Trish at the moment.
Dad, what about you?
Oh, wow. This is an interesting. Okay, so
Oh,
former
dear.
NRL player.
Yep.
Represented his country. Played State of Origin football. Won radio awards. Won Logies. TV icon. Holy shit.
Hang on.
What do you reckon, guys?
Wait, no, we're not talking about Fatty. We're talking about you.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you go.
No, I'd reckon I'd have a. Yeah, I mean, you have a throw at the stumps. What you do is you just say 15 grand. See what happens.
Yeah.
Throw it out there.
But is that's the minimum you do, or like
Selling yourself short, Matt.
Yeah, you're right. I tell you what. Okay, here's a question for you, Trish.
Yeah.
Would you allow me to be a male escort if I had a good clientele and I was earning, say, $40,000 a night?
Ooh.
It's a good question, isn't
It
it?
is a good question.
I wouldn't kiss them on the mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, obviously.
how
Yeah.
nice.
Um,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
and we'll look,
Let's take a break and we'll come back with that answer. Welcome back to the Johns Family Podcast, and my tyres have really been pumped up. I posed the question that if I was given $40,000 every time I got intimate with a woman, would Trish allow me to become a male escort? And she's just been pondering that over the last 5 minutes. Trish, have you reached a conclusion?
Not really.
So what's holding
Look,
you
I'll
back?
make it easy for you. Yes.
What's holding you back when you say that? Like,
Jealousy.
is it like, yeah, you don't want
No,
him
I'm
out?
not jealous.
One dog, one bone.
You're not jealous. You wouldn't jealous about Dad having.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not about the sex. It's people just want companionship. They want someone to talk to.
just a
What
couple.
would you include in your bio?
Oh, do hair, nails, massage,
Entertaining?
entertainment. You go out. I would pay for the meal. That would be
Jeez.
an extra little, like 5% on top. And then go to a movie.
We have
Mad
discussed
Max
previously
Furiosa, maybe.
that you're like lazy.
What's that?
That you're lazy.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Trish has
from,
got she's taking over the quiz today. She come jacked with a good concept. So, Trish, why don't you explain it for
Okay.
the punters?
You've all been issued with a piece of paper and a pen.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm going to give you some quotes, and you've got to tell me what their origin is. Now, I
Martin
did go
Luther
for
King.
some,
What?
like where they're from or who said them. They're famous quotes. Well,
Like it.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a couple of really famous ones that you should know, and then because
So
I'm
we write them
dumbing it down for you a little bit, I'll give you some movie quotes that I think are probably along your lines.
So you're going to read it. We get time.
We
We,
write
put
it
it down,
down?
and then you check the answer.
Yes.
We'll do it at the end, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Are
Now
we
we'll do it
doing
one
that-
by one.
Do it one by one.
You want to do it one by one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the
let's
quiz
do
master.
it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right. I'll go with like a world famous one. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
It's not that world famous. I don't know.
I'm
Do you want a
Again,
clue?
again,
Is it
Trish.
from a? Is it like
No, don't worry.
don't-
Just go through it.
Is it? Are these real? Like are
Oh,
these
yeah, this
people?
is the
Yeah.
It's
real.
people
I
or
told you,
movies
should
or
have sent
something.
to a better school, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, do we show it?
Let me write. Hang on.
Yep. Just think about it. It's about country.
Yeah, thanks. We don't need clues. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Blues clues.
Okay.
Okay.
One sec.
I-
One sec.
One second. Just give him a second there. Yeah.
Okay.
I said we're doing one by one.
One by one.
I said Winston Churchill. What'd you say,
I
Jack?
said George Bush.
No.
I went George Clooney. No, I went Winston Churchill.
No, it's JFK.
Oh, it is too.
It's JFK.
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, obviously, when they're referring to the
wow.
country, it was a leader. So you were
Yeah,
right.
sounded very
along-
American,
Watch
didn't
it.
it?
Yeah,
Going
very
good.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
you're along the
Quizmaster
same
tip
way.
for you, Trish. Don't say no as the second, like the last person hasn't said it.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? You wait till everyone puts their answers in.
Thank you.
She's
It's a
anxious.
tip. It's okay. You're
Thank
still
you,
learning.
Chris Mark. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. If you're going through hell, keep going.
It's hard to tell
Saint.
like whether these are
Okay.
like these are real
Let us
ones.
know.
These
or
are
like-
real.
They sound like they almost like feel like they're out of films.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'll
they've
tell you
been
when the
used
film
in
ones come.
films and that, yeah. Well, let's. You do it. We're going to keep the pace of this.
Yeah,
going.
I said Jack Black.
No. No. But maybe he has said it.
I thought
yeah.
he said it in
I said Marlon Brando.
Winston Churchill.
That's a Winston Churchill one.
We will
Damn
fight
you.
them on the beaches.
Okay, I'm going to give you a really easy one to start with. Elementary, my dear Watson.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that?
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, Watson.
Elementary.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, well done. Okay.
John Holmes.
Okay.
Keep tab of your
Katie
own,
Holmes.
Scores. Yeah.
own scores.
I've
if you
got
don't
one.
mind.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks,
now I'm
Steve.
going to move on to movies.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Yeah. Yep.
You can just give me the movie if you.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you?
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I swear I know.
Yeah, just write it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Okay. Do you want to keep moving, or is you going to show?
No,
it?
we need a guess, mate. Sorry, mate. Over there. What are you doing? Jesus.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I'm going to say. Is everyone going to guess? Have you put yours
Yeah.
in?
I'm trying to think. Oh,
Matt, you went straight to it. Let's hear from you.
It's a quote from Robert De Niro's character in Meet the Parents.
Oh, you're right.
That's right, Jack
I said the
Burns.
other guys. Did you put anything?
I don't know. I couldn't think of
it.
anything.
You couldn't think of a
Okay,
single
keep-
movie. Just
What are
write
you
it
on,
down.
Matt?
I didn't
with
know
Greg.
that cats had nipples, Greg. Oh, yeah, they do. Well, I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Oh, you just had to one-up me, didn't you?
No, but that was the line.
Okay. I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh,
it
yeah.
says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party too.
Oh, yes. How could I forget
See,
this
I've
one?
found your niche.
Well done, Trish.
I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt
Go to Dad first.
because it says, like, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party too.
The Hangover.
No, Matty Johns.
Step Brothers.
No.
No, Jack Johns.
Talladega Nights.
Yes.
I knew it was those two.
Yeah, well
You're an
done.
idiot.
Shit.
Well
I watched
done.
Talladega Nights the other night too.
Keep a tab. Nice work.
Jesus.
Okay, next one. Who's the only one here who knows secret ninja moves from the government? I've never watched this movie myself, but I know you boys have numerous times.
Okay. Are you saying Step Brothers?
Nope.
What did I say about saying no before?
Oh,
the
sorry. Okay, Jack.
I'm gonna go old school.
Hangover.
No, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, wow.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Mama says the alligators are ornery
Oh.
because they've got all them teeth,
Yeah. The
but
accent.
no toothbrush.
The accent gave it away.
Thank you.
The water
I
boy.
thought you needed a help.
Waterboy.
And the character's name for a bonus point?
Hang on a
no, you
second.
can't.
Oh, Matt Johns had it wrong.
Who did you write?
I write Happy Gilmore.
Holy shit.
Right actor.
Bobby
include-
Boucher.
Bobby Boucher. Give yourself an extra
we-
point for
What
What
Bobby
about
Boucher.
Matthew just quietly just scribbling away his
Oh.
answer?
Yeah, cheetah.
I know. Yeah.
Cheater.
Okay, what were you on, Matt?
I got two. Winston Churchill and Meet the Parents. That was it.
Oh,
I
Cooper.
got 4.
I got 4 as well.
Oh,
I got,
okay.
I got Sherlock Holmes. 3, sorry.
Oh,
Sherlock
yep,
Holmes,
so
Step
did-
Brothers, Waterboy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got 3. You're right. Sherlock Holmes.
Well, I got 4. So does
okay,
that
we
mean
have
I
a winner,
win?
Joe.
Okay.
Wow.
Very
Oh.
nice.
And let's put that
Cooper.
segment on ice
You
forever.
didn't like it? I thought it was great.
No, it was just a logistical nightmare when you were flicking through all those pieces of paper. You had a good shot at it, though.
Let's take a break.
toe?
Let's take a break. We've got a little bit of a family civil war happening here. Welcome back to the Johns Family Podcast. Now it's time for Matt's red hot question. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a tricky one.
Explain what the segment is again for the listeners.
Well, I'm just going to put a scenario to you.
Yeah.
And you have to answer with whatever you think, intellectually, morally, whatever you suspect. Righto. Now, each week, you and 3 other friends. So you and 3 friends, every single week, you catch up and you do a syndicate for Lotto, the American lottery. Righto. Now, you always go to the pub each Sunday to have a beer and catch up with each other, and you all sit there and you choose the numbers together. Now, on one particular Sunday, they were busy and they couldn't get there to do the numbers. So you do one just for yourself. You win $150 million. What do you do?
Can I go first?
Yeah, you go.
My question would be, was the intention that I was still doing the numbers for them?
Don't know. It's open-ended. What
If-
it was, they were sitting there. Each week's not the same numbers. You actually do your numbers. They're not there, so you know what? And you picked all the numbers yourself.
Well, if for all intents and purposes, because they weren't there, we wouldn't have been submitting our syndicate entry.
Yeah.
Then my individual entry is mine.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm the same. Like, it wasn't... They weren't expecting, you just do the numbers for us
Yeah,
this week.
Because
If
if
there was
the
that
3 turned
conversation,
up, it
that
would
would
have
be
been a
different.
different set of numbers.
That's right.
Yeah, but my question to you is, Matthew, because you're not answering it. So when we ask you this, I need clear communication. Even though they're not there to pick the numbers, am I picking the numbers with the intent that we're still splitting it? Like, when they're like, did they say you pick it for us?
Yeah, that's right.
No, well, they didn't communicate with you.
Okay.
But you do it every Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. I want you to sit on it. Sits now. They haven't picked any of the numbers, and they're under no assumption of what you're going to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I know what I do.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm taking it all, but I would say I wasn't even there. Like, they wouldn't even know I won it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a thing.
I'm with Coop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are lousy.
Yeah.
What?
You guys are lousy.
What would you
No,
do then?
but
I'd split it 4 ways.
But for all intents and purposes, they're not thinking that they're putting in an entry that week.
These are
Do you
good
know what I mean?
friends. These are good friends. We catch up every single week. $40 million, 150. What does it matter? It's more than I got to live with anyway, and it's not worth losing 3 friends.
Like I said, I'm keeping it from.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, when you start wearing fur coats, okay, you start wearing Cartier,
I'm not Jack
and you get
Gibson. I'm not walking around with fur
mate,
coats.
when you start to basically buy a house that's worth $25 million, they're going to actually be a little bit suspicious of what you're up to. They will find out eventually. My thing is, and you know the other thing about it is,
How would they know though on that particular draw?
Yeah.
Put it this way.
I just think, Matt, that like even though they might have a syndicate together, there's nothing stopping anyone having their individual
True.
ticket as well. Do you know what I mean?
That's all right.
And it's separate. They haven't contributed the money for that. Do you know what I mean? It's not doing
I'm
it.
not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm asking is, what would you do?
Yeah.
And in my opinion,
I'd make sure they were looked after, though.
I would have as much fun with my, say, $40 million as watching my friends enjoy what they did with it.
Guess what, Matthew? We don't have an issue with that. But for you to come back at us and say you guys are lazy,
Yeah.
lousy,
Very,
Lousy.
very judgmental.
that
Lousy.
is you saying that your way is right and ours is wrong.
I
That
just
is
think
your
it's
way-
lousy.
Yeah, but
Morally, I
that's-
think you're lousy.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't
fine.
think there's a
But
moral
guess what,
question
mate?
about it.
Because us 3 choose to do
We
that,
3.
that's got nothing to do with you, mate. I
No,
don't know
that's
why
fine.
you decide that.
Do you know what? You're happy to go your way. That's fine. I'm not judging. I just think personally, in my mind, and I spoke my mind out loud. I should have kept it to myself, like you kept the money to yourself. I thought morally, that is lousy.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
So a question is,
Hang on.
Yeah.
This guy, Cobber,
you-
every day of the week,
Works hard.
this week, he was giving away free tickets
Yeah.
to members of the public
Whoopee.
on behalf
Wow.
What were they for?
of his radio station.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think you aren't giving him the ethical
Credit.
credit,
Accolades.
consideration that he deserves.
Someone get Jack a dictionary. Yeah.
Didn't know you were buying those tickets. I didn't
What were they
realise.
for?
They were for Olivia Rodrigo tickets.
Oh, Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, every teenage girl's dream.
Yeah, I like her song.
I've given Taylor Swift tickets away before. We're doing State of Origin as well.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what? When are we going to get a little bit of something?
Don't know.
We got nothing.
I don't know because not even I get any. Don't
The
even
hosts are on $10 million a year, and we're not even getting a crumb. Hang your head in shame, Cooper.
They don't even give me any tickets. I always say, hey, if I outrun it for long enough, can I get the tickets? And they say no.
No.
Really?
Feedback?
I got nothing.
Oh, really?
Oh, I got something. I got something cooking for us. Sorry.
Well, while you're looking for that, can I just do a shout out? Is
Go
that
on.
Sweet.
You always can.
Shout out to the Matildas soccer team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, they beat China 2-0.
Yep.
I'm just loving what those girls are doing at the moment. I think they are phenomenal athletes. I think the team's awesome. I think they're being marketed in such a sick way. And I believe that they're growing soccer in Australia, the girls. So congratulate. Just wanted to give a Johns Family podcast shout out
It
to
is a
them.
shout out.
nice.
And I had a look at the schedule for the Paris Olympics, and they play their second game in Marseille,
Yep.
which is a city that I've always wanted to visit. So I'm going to get, I'm
gonna
going to
do-
have you under work, and I'm going to cover that game. I'm going to get the train down to Marseille and watch them play
Chase,
down
have you
there.
ever been to a Matildas game yet? I haven't been.
No,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
Matilda's game. But on top of that, we're talking about the progression of women's sport in Australia. What about women's state of origin? Number 2 was sold out in Newcastle.
Oh, that's great.
Insane,
Yeah.
unbelievable. But it just shows you, like people said, someone said to me, you Novocastrians really support your football. I said, Novocastrians like good football.
Yeah.
And I tell you, mate, the NRLW is good football.
It is good. Yeah. I watched the game 1 and it was outstanding.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Jackson, what did you have for us?
Right, yeah. So I got a bit of listener feedback. Last week, I'll reiterate. Last week we did we asked for the people our listeners to ring in what they do on their weekends when they're not drinking.
Yeah.
There wasn't one. There was one guy who rang about 2 a.m. blind and asked us if we used to blow bubbles as kids.
That's
And then
Feels inappropriate.
Just a tad.
This guy's still in Lucas.
Is it a double meaning?
Yeah, I don't know. But we got plenty of text through, actually.
Michael Jackson's monkey.
Yeah.
spelling
Did
it
you
out.
not get that?
Yeah, sorry.
He did.
My Lord.
It's
Some
like
guy
climbing the ladder to success.
Oh.
or being beamed into a
Yeah, you didn't really get that. did you,
spaceship and getting probed.
No, Jack, stay away from aliens.
So we got sent a link that I clicked on, and it took us to an eBay page. Now, there's a 2023 NRL Elite Recruit Manly Cooper Johns 13 card available on eBay that I think we should purchase.
Yeah.
It's $1.80.
Yes,
buy
let's
it.
do it.
And it's
Buy
not
it.
even new, it's used. So I don't know
Yeah,
what.
buy it.
Get some of you that money you won off the American government. Get some of that. Will
And
splash
you know
out.
what?
Inheritance /
Hang on a sec.
compensation.
Let me just say something. Did you say it says elite recruits?
It said Elite New Recruit. Because last
You better
year,
buy it, Coop.
$1.80 is still overs, in my opinion.
And it's a good little photo too, Coop.
I will say, there's a few footy cards of me out there. If people have go, I'm just going to Google.
I've never seen any.
Yeah, there's a master. I remember I used to have to sign a heap of master and apprentice ones, and it was me and Jerome Hughes, and we were like back to back, like they've edited it, and I used to always sign them. They were out there,
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
yeah,
We got another one here through, Coop. It was
I only had about 10, I think.
Look, 2022 NRL Trader Masters, Master and Apprentice Cooper Johns, $89.
What?
Me and Hughesy.
God, so Jerome obviously
Well,
is about
you know what?
$87 of that.
Jerome's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that.
Yeah, but you know what? As far as uniqueness,
Oh, and here we
they
go.
won't be getting another one now that you've retired.
Signed NRL 2021 2020 Cooper Johns Rising Star card, $8, and it's signed.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm buying
And
it.
is that your signature?
It's my signature. Geez, get on. That's value.
Value.
Sorry, Jake. You go again.
I'm gonna
once
send
upon-
it to Kyle.
Sorry, once upon a time, the clubs and the NRL, well, I don't think it was the NRL, but the clubs are going, don't sign playing cards because people are going to sell them. You're going, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
sign them. People make some money off
Yeah.
it. Who
Yeah.
cares? Ah,
Here's one more. It must have been from a couple of weeks ago. Love the podcast, guys. Just ran to Cooper at Maya Mexican in Brisbane. Absolute champion. So nice and giving with his time.
sure it was Cooper.
Even though he looked like he was on a big night out with his mates, having a few sneaky vodkas. Got to say, Coop was a lot taller than I expected. What a legend. Thanks, guys.
Oh, who was that from?
No
have no
name.
name?
There's no name.
All right, I'll let Sage finish herself with today.
Shout out to the Mantis.
Hopefully, it's more.
Excuse? What's your excuse?
Keep building up my tyres.
3 men were discussing ageing in a nursing home. One said 60's the worst age to be.
What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Stop it. Let me
How
start
bad are
again.
you today? Leave this in.
Yeah,
Charlie?
and Trish, have another crack.
Okay, hey guys, 3 men were discussing ageing in the nursing home. 60 is the worst age, said the 60-year-old. You always feel like you have to pee, and most of the time you stand there in the toilet and nothing comes out. Oh, that's nothing, said the 70-year-old. When you're 70, you can't even crap anymore. You take laxatives, and even then you sit in the toilet all day and nothing comes out. Actually, said the 80-year-old, 80s is the worst stage of it all. Do you have trouble peeing? Asked the 60-year-old. He goes, no, not really. He said, I pee every morning at 6 o'clock. The 70-year-old goes, oh, do you have problems crapping? He goes, no, I crap every morning at 6:30. They go, well, what's so tough about being 70? He said, I don't wake up until 7 o'clock.
That's probably all we've got time for today.
Yeah.
Should we finish on a high? I don't know if you're weather or not, but your grandfather Gaz bought a farm up at Scone. Bought a dildo farm. It's going great. He's having trouble with squatters though. That's all we've got time for.
Trish, it was a shit joke, but I told him not to laugh. But you know what? I didn't even have to because no one was going to do anyway. Just before we go, Matthew, I just googled Matty Johns footy card. There is a 1996 Dynamic Series 3 common card, base 30, Matty Johns Newcastle going for 80 cents. So
Overpriced.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you next week.